Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Okay, Leticia James has just been indicted. A grand jury indicted her on a fraud charge. This indictment happened out of the Eastern District of New York. You'll remember that the prosecutor the district attorney in the Eastern District of New York did not bring charges against Comey. Trump was very upset by this and posted a message on Truth Social addressed to Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, saying how he wanted Comey, Leticia James, and Adam Schiff all indicted. And then that was up for a few hours before it was taken down and replaced with a Pam Bondi's the greatest AG ever, she's doing a heck of a job thing. And, Gary and I think on my channel as well as Gary and I did readings on this, and it's like, oh man, he absolutely screwed this up. And we saw that Comey and Leticia James would likely get indicted. It looks like Adam Schiff's indictment's going to take a much longer time. The reason for that is that the person who's now the acting district attorney in the Eastern District of Virginia was appointed by Pam Bondi, and it's a former Trump attorney who's like a insurance fraud attorney or something along those lines. She has no prosecutorial experience. And she may not even legally be in that position because the way the rules are, there was an acting district attorney there before, and the AG is not allowed to put two acting district attorneys in that position. It goes to a group, a collective of judges or something like that puts an attorney there. So that's a problem. So this woman may not even be authorized to submit charges, and that'll be debated out in the first hearing after Leticia James pleads guilty or not guilty to this indictment. For Comey, if they had to refile his charges, then the case would be dismissed because he's outside the statute of limitations. For both Comey and Leticia James, they can also argue about malicious prosecutions, because when the President of the United States is openly lobbying the Attorney General to prosecute his political enemies, that's going to help them meet the very high threshold of showing a malicious prosecution. So, all that winning. That being said, it's still aggravating to see this, because this is purely a retaliatory prosecution against Leticia James because she got a large settlement against Trump for committing fraud against the state of New York. Let's look at the energy around this indictment and things going forward. Last time I read on this, I did see the indictment happening, which looks like it is now. Let's see where we go from here. This is for entertainment purposes only. Current energy is the Two of Wands. Okay, this is the first step of a process. It's an early step. And, it's been said in a grand jury, the prosecutor presents evidence to a jury to secure an indictment. This evidence does not go through cross-examination. There's no defense attorney poking holes at the evidence. So it's very easy to get an indictment, relatively speaking. The joke is that a prosecutor can indict a ham sandwich if they wanted to. So again, just because she's indicted doesn't mean she's guilty. It just means she's indicted. Crossed with the Three of Swords and the Tower. Here's the problem. Just as I was saying, it's this. I don't think this case is really going to go anywhere, but it's really aggravating. This is the aggravation card right there. While they're looking forward to having her day in court or bringing her into court, the rest of the United States suffers for this. Simply because this is just a perfect example of political retaliation by the highest offices in the land, the President and the U.S. Attorney General, guiding these things. Underneath all of this is the tower, the crashing down. It's the crashing of norms in the United States. but it's also unlikely that this case is going to stand on its own. This case is a disaster from the get-go. Starting with Trump texting Pam Bondi, trying to DM her and posting it for everybody to see. And then supported by the fact that there doesn't appear to be much in the way of an underlying crime that they're going to win the case on. This is political theater. In the past, we have the devil card. We see that so much with the orange president. Corruption. And yeah. Need I say more? Corrupt intent. Current situation is the Eight of Wands. Trump demanded fast action. He wanted visibility. And just like the whole Hunter Biden thing, where he was pressuring Zelensky that he wanted an investigation announced against Hunter Biden. They didn't have to prove anything. He just wanted to announce it so that he would have leverage in his first election runoff versus Joe Biden that Trump lost. This is that same playbook. Just announce the investigation, announce the indictment, and me and my Republican colleagues will do the rest. That's where we're at with this. Overarching energy is the Four of Swords. Once he's got his announcement, normally this is going to be the card of quiet contemplation and things going quiet. I have a hard time believing that Trump will keep quiet about this. I expect that he would harp all over the fact that Leticia James has been indicted and Comey's been indicted and Adam Schiff is next. Maybe this is kind of a chilling effect on the U.S. because they're going after political retribution through the courts. Or it could just be that once he's had his splash, we don't hear much more about this. And that's because after the initial splash, there's nothing to follow it up with. Lesson to be learned is the Page of Pentacles. And that's what I mean. There's very little evidence against these people. Leticia James admits she misfilled out a form and she rectified it. We'll get the details how quickly and what prompted it, and it didn't impact any decisions, but it seems like a minor thing. With Comey, it's ridiculous because Trump is saying that Comey was trying to get Hillary elected, and we all remember Comey was the one that announced an investigation into Hillary. How short Donald's memory is. Outcome is going to be the strength card, the mastery. Okay. Likely what this means, and I don't mean this to say like, oh, he's got a strong case against them. I think this is the strength of their case might actually keep Trump's mouth shut. That's hard to believe. It's who's going to have the stronger case in this one. And again, underneath this is the Tower card. It's the breaking of norms, but it really is that these cases are built on a house of cards. They're not built to win. And there's a lot of problems that are with these cases. As I recall, this new district attorney for the Eastern District of Virginia gave the judge like 2 signed forms. And he was querying her about it, and she swore up and down there was only 1 signed form, but he had 2 in front of him. And she really didn't know her way around the courtroom because she's not doing the right job. You know, she's an attorney. That's great. But just because you're an attorney doesn't know, there's lots of different attorneys. And not all of them are trial lawyers. And not all of them are prosecutors. Difference. I would imagine there's a mild difference between being a patent attorney, an environmental lawyer, versus a criminal prosecutor. Just saying. Okay. How's Leticia James feeling about about this indictment? What's her current state of mind right now? Ten of Swords. I think she saw this coming. It just... Not a feeling... It's not necessarily defeated, but it's just... being attacked from all sides by this guy. Two of Wands. She'll have her day in court. There's not going to be any evidence here. Oh, she's saying this... Yeah, okay. I was about to say, she's saying this case is dead. This case is dead on arrival. She will be victorious. There's no evidence. And when she goes to court, she's going to show there's no evidence. It's a minor death card. She can't kill the case now. This case will be killed later on. Okay. That's where I'm going. That's where she is right now. She's disappointed that she even has to go through this. But she has supreme confidence that this case is going nowhere fast. How is the district attorney for the Eastern District of New York? How are they feeling? How is she feeling about this? They're not showing her name in this article. I'll have to look it up here. Hang on. Through the magic of Google, it's Lindsay Halligan. How is Lindsay Halligan feeling about this? She's got her second case under her belt, huh? Second indictment. She's 2 for 2. Got to be feeling it, right? Got her chest puffed up, her chin held up high. Or she soiled herself. How is she feeling about this? I shuffled this deck and that card was not put on the top when I put it back. Ten of Swords. Is this case also dead on arrival? Got Judgment. Eight of Wands. She did it quickly, just like she was told to by dear leader. How interesting. Her attitude is, I was told to get this thing done quick. I got it done quickly. I answered the call. I succeeded. I carried it out. And it's like I put this problem to bed. I'll be really curious. It seems like she feels like she's going to put Leticia James down in her place. I don't see anything in this. I mean, if I would look at this, if I were her, I was in her spot, I would say, oh my God, what have I done to my career? I did what I was told quickly. I'm being celebrated by Trump. He told me to do it. I did it. But is this a miscarriage of justice? Do I really have the goods on this person? But it's almost like she's like, I did what I was told to do. I was told to bring this case. I brought this case. I got the indictment. It could be she understands this case is going nowhere if she's being realistic. But if she's drunk deep from the MAGA Kool-Aid, who knows? But I don't see a lot of emotions there. So either she knows this case is going nowhere or she thinks she's going to win it. I don't know which is which at this point. I really don't care what she thinks, to be honest. I mean, a prosecutor should think they're going to win every case, right? In the federal government, usually when they indict somebody, these federal cases, they win like 95% of the time. So, if those odds are stacked in her favor, right? How will Trump react now that he's got Comey and Leticia James indicted? How's he feeling about this? On the precipice of him getting his Nobel Peace Prize. The victim. This guy's such a drama queen. Always the victim. They hurt me. Chaos, mayhem, and the world card victory, and the moon card. Yeah, it's this victim mentality that he has. He's crazy. Dude, underneath it all, his mental illness is driving this victim complex. I think he thinks that he's got these two trapped and he's put an end to their career. Their life is going to be chaotic. Or his mind is chaotic, and that Trump was victorious. Trump is happy. Well, he's pleased that he is causing them to feel some form of victimization. You arrested me, so I'm arresting you. That type of thing. That brings him joy and satisfaction. And to him, this is like karmic. What goes around comes around, and he's gonna want to make life for them chaotic. But it's because he's crazy. He's insane. Dude is insane. Will he get 25th amended? Who knows? Oh, that's the one I wanted to read on too. Apparently, Trump on Friday is he's going to Walter Reed to say howdy to a bunch of soldiers. And then he's going to have his annual exam. Except that he had his annual exam, medical exam, in April of 2025. So we're only like 6 months removed from his previous annual exam. And Caroline Levitt said, oh, this is his normal annual exam. No, it's not. He had his normal annual exam 6 months ago. This is a normal semi-annual exam, except that presidents don't get semi-annual exams, so we'll need to look at that too. But that's not this reading. But I'm glad I remembered it because I wanted to read on that. Outcome of this case. What's the likely? Given the evidence, the energy, everything that's going on in the government, future of Donald Trump, future of Pam Bondi, future of Miss Halligan, future of Leticia James, rules of evidence, the DA being put in there. What's the result of this case? The Hermit card. Going forward, let's see. Queen of Swords, very harsh truth, very cut and dry. King of Cups, the man baby having a tantrum. And then there's the Death card. Or, I'm sorry, the Five of Cups. Card of Disappointment, Minor Arcana Death card. And then the Moon card, the Mystery. This case it's going to go forward driven by Trump. And again, by his lunacy. It just, yeah, it's going to go forward. But, you know, while he'll want certain, will it go forward or is this kicking it out? The Hermit shines a path forward. On the low energy, it's retreating back into his cave. The Queen of Swords would be indicative of either, well, yes, you signed a form wrong and therefore you need to be prosecuted, but it's much more likely like this doesn't rise to the level of a crime. And then there's disappointment. It's kind of like the King of Cups wants this to go forward, but this person's saying there's no crime there, and there's like a disappointment with him on that one. And again, his lunacy. I don't think the Hermit card... I think this is all just saying it's going to get to the same thing with Comey. You know, she'll enter her non-guilty plea, and then they'll set a court date, and Trump may not even be around in office by the time that court date rolls around. And, you know, we'll read on it when we're closer to those dates. We're still several months out from it. James Comey's got a lawyer again, or a judge, excuse me, that's already got him, if I heard Midas Touch correctly, they're going to hear his case in early January. And I don't know if Leticia James is going to go that same path or if she's going to do a lot more fighting up front and a lot more motions to dismiss up front. That's kind of what I'm getting with it. Is that yeah, the Hermit card is like a motion to dismiss. Like it's like you don't have a path forward. And that's why Trump's disappointed in the Queen of Swords there. It's like, yeah, because like between the malicious prosecution and the fact that Miss Halligan was illegally appointed in there, he doesn't have a path forward with this. Plus, he may not be the president anyways, and unless J.D. Vance really wants to carry Trump's torches, I doubt. I meant torches as opposed to the white hooded tiki torches things. Yeah, that'll be it for the next person. All right, Spirit. Overall message for this. Empress, taking care of things. World card, bringing it into a cycle. Ace of Wands, strong new starts. Victory, Knight of Cups. What are we going to learn from this? I'm trying to say if this is Leticia James. This is I'm almost wondering if this is Miss Halligan, who's doing a favor for Trump. She's bringing these cases forward, getting her short-term victories, but she's not going to win on the long term. And it's almost like a metaphor for this administration. People get put into place that are doing favors for Trump. They can make some headway, have some short-term success, but in the end, their plans are foiled. So take some heart that Leticia James will be okay. And I also think this is just saying Leticia James is going to come out of this sitting fine and looking pretty. That she'll get her victories out of this. Okay. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, but I hope you found it insightful, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.